So, somebody in chat was nice enough to make me this EU tier list, and while we wait for the major to resume, which I guess there is a technical difficulty, we can hop on board with what we did for NA and rank the EU players. I'm going to be honest, some of these guys, I'm looking at them and I don't know who the fuck they are. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Don't know who that guy is. This is literally a cartoon. So okay. We'll start with Aces. Aces went +8 in EUL. +7 in EU qualifiers. I think Aces has always been a pretty good player. I know there's been some stuff that people say about his attitude. Which is why I think he kind of had to go in CL in the first place. So Aces, I'm going to put B tier. I think he's a good player. I think he probably isn't as good as he used to be. But he's still a solid player in my opinion. Alamau, S tier. Obviously defending world champion. Also IGLs for G2. Puts up good stats. I believe in EUL he was +18. 1.17 rating. So doing that while IGLing. Pretty impressive. Now he doesn't play hard support, but I mean, Jose, thank you for the prime. I mean, you're always going to get extra credit for being an IGL in my books because I think it's harder, and he performs while IGLing, so I don't think he could say anything else but that. So always, I'm gonna put always in A tier. He went +12 overall, +5 on entry. Obviously, they made the major. I think he's a very solid player on Sledge. Which is pretty much all I remember him playing. We played him a couple times and he did well both times. He's super passive, but it kind of just works with their play style, right? Like they're just the way they play is slower. I believe this is Savage. Is that right, chat? This is Savage, right? Astro? Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I don't know the you know, the EU players as well, but whatever. Okay, so this is Astro. He went +5 overall, +8 on entry. And the LCQ, he went +10. I feel like I could put him B tier with Aces. I might end up dropping them down a tier now that I'm thinking about it. Because by starting this on B, let's just do this for now. Because I feel like starting them B, it makes it hard to rank everyone else. So for now, I'm going to put these guys here. And they're in that order. But maybe I'll move them up. Obviously, Benja, arguably the best player in the world right now. Going to be S tier, went +28, 1.18 rating. Defending world champion. Bibu had a rough stage, went -10. But then I think he picked it up in the LCQ. He went +10. I'm going to give Bibu C, and I think I'd rather have Bibu than Aces. So I think I'd do that. Blaz. Blaz is D tier. Played Blaz in NA, thought he was dog shit. Went to EU, still think he's dog shit. Could go to LATAM, will be dog shit there. I think he can get kills, but I think his kills are relevant to his team's success. I think he's an individually skilled player, but as a player on a team, I don't find Blaz very good at all. I know G2 were originally going to get Blaz instead of Benja, and the players were like, fuck no, we don't want Blaz. And, you know, I would have the same reaction, so props to them for that. 360p, thank you for 16 months. So Blur is interesting to me. I'm going to put Blur in C, but I'm going to put him ahead of Bibu, even though statistically Blur is not good. Let's be real. -14 overall, did have 9 plants. He's a world champion support player. I think he does his job. And I'd rather have him than Bibu just based off the fact that he won the world. He's a world champion. You could say Bibu's maybe a better player. Well, Bibu doesn't win shit, so whatever. All right, Brid. Brid went +3 in EUL. Obviously, they didn't make the major and the LCQ. Brid, or sorry, he went +8 in EUL, +3 in the LCQ. Brid to me is an A tier. For sure. Cryan went +8 in EUL, and then he went blah 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 +10, I think, in LCQ, or vice versa, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna put Cryan B. I think he's a solid player. I mean, he's won a major, so obviously he's a player that's like, he can be on a title-winning team. I don't think he could be the best player on a title-winning team, but I think he's like a good piece on a team. Dan is S tier for sure. I'm pretty sure Dan was the highest-rated player in EUL. He was +27, 23, and 20 on entry. Dan's a beast. I probably rank it like that, to be honest. And now we're gonna get to the what the fuck part of this. Who the fuck is this guy? Deadshot. All right. Deadshot went -14 in EUL. In the quals, he went +8. I don't know much about him, so I feel like I'm just gonna put him C, because there's just no way he's as bad as Blaz. So we'll just put him in C. He had a bad stage, but then did good in the LCQ, and they made the major. And you guys know my rule. If you make the major, I'm never going to rate you lower than C. I think you have to have a certain level of skill to at least, like, make the major, to, like, be a good enough player to qualify for a major. I feel like at worst you could be as, like, a C-level player. All right, so now we've got Deepak. How did he do this stage? Deepak was even in the stage, and then in the LCQ, Deepak was -4. I don't know if this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to put Deepak C, but I'm going to put him as the best C player. I feel like I always see Deepak doing the same shit. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I think he's good, obviously, but I just feel like he sort of is one-dimensional sometimes to me. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, so now we have Doki. Doki went +21, obviously. I'm going to throw him in A tier or S tier, but I would have him behind Dan. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably have it like this. I think I do that. I feel confident with that. All right, we've got a Limbs. Where's BDS? A Limbs went +1 in EUL. It's so weird because I hardly played any games, and then -3 in the qualifiers. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't know if this is controversial, but I actually think that a Limbs is. I just am not the biggest a Limbs fan, so I think I'm gonna slot him in C behind Aces. And I might end up changing this a little bit. I actually probably would do this. Next we have, what's this fucking guy's name? Groovy. He went +13 in the LCQ. And then he went +3 in the season. I think he's all right. I think I'm going to put him here with Astro. I probably put him better in Astro, to be honest. I think you put him both there at C. As a person, I think he's a piece of shit. There's a lot of rumors that this guy's like a racist and he cheated and shit like that. And that's not just like random people. That's literally other pro players in EU who have said this about him. So, I mean, obviously that is what it is. But as a player, I think he's probably like a C level thing. Who is this next player, guys? Sorry, I'm not as familiar with the Wild team, it seems like, just because they're, you know, They're new. New. This is GSLA. Who the fuck is that? That's probably not a good start for him. TT9 went negative 15. F. Hungary went negative 22. I actually think Hungary has been pretty ass for like a while, and he keeps getting on teams. I'm gonna put him in D tier just because there's no way he's as bad as somebody who's actually. Nah, if I put Skies in F, I gotta put Hungary in F. Sorry. All right, Joystick went plus 17. Even on entry. This one's tough for me. I think Joystick is better than always. What did he do in the LCQ? Oh, they didn't have to play LCQ, right? Because they made it. I think I'm comfortable with this. I think Joystick's S tier. He's better than always, I think. So we have Joom here. Joom went plus 2 in their season, and then he went plus 2 in the qual. I think this is maybe me giving him credit for what I've seen him do, but I'm going to put Joom B behind Cryan. I think Joom's a really good player. Obviously not the best stage from him, but I think we've seen enough where I feel comfortable putting him in B. And now we have Kanto. Kanto went negative 14 in the season, and then they didn't even qualify for the LCQ. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put Kanto in D behind Blaz. Now we have Kayak. Kayak went plus 7 for Heroic in the season, and then Kayak went negative 7 in the LCQ. I feel like I got to put Kayak C. I think I put him there behind a Limbs. Uh-oh. Is that King Kenny? Negative 3 for TT9, and I think they even benched him, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe not. I'm actually going to put King Kenny in D behind Kanto. I don't think he's an F tier player. I think he's like, I would say he's below average, but not like horrible. All right, and then I think this is Leader. Leader went negative 3 on Koi, but I actually think Leader showed us that he was pretty solid when he was on Navi, and I think maybe he just like didn't fit in that team. So I actually am gonna put Leader. Actually, I think I put Leader here behind Kayak. I feel like I'm comfortable with that. Leon Gids went negative 17 in EUL, negative 3 in quals. I do think Leon is a good player, and I'm going to adjust. No, he made a major, so we can't. So here's my problem. I want to put Leon here, but I don't think there's any way he's not better than Deadshot, so I think I got to put him... I think I'm going to have to adjust this a little bit. I'm looking at the caliber of players I have here, and I have to change this, I think. The game is starting. It's fine. We'll finish this. Liquefac went plus 10 in the league, and then plus 10 in quals. I think Liquefac's an A tier. I actually probably put him at the top of A tier. I think he's a really good player. Mowgli went negative 3 in the season, plus 26 in quals. I think Mowgli is really good B tier, borderline A tier. I think he's maybe a little inconsistent. Obviously a very good entry player, at least. We've got, I believe, Nafe. Nafe went plus 8 for Eminem, and then in the quals, Nafe went Oh, they didn't have to play the quals either, I guess. Whatever. I'm gonna put Nafe C, and I think I put him right there, maybe. Actually, probably right there. No, right there. Nello went +1. I'm gonna give him IGL credit. I actually don't think Nello is that bad. I'm gonna put him in the bottom of B tier. Who the fuck is that guy? Who is this? What is this player's name? TT9F. Okay. I think this is Noodle. Noodle went even in the season, and then Noodle went -1. To me, Noodle is like C tier for sure. I mean, I feel like I do this. I really want to put this guy here, but he made the major, and we can't have a major level D player. Is this Shinka or P4? I don't fucking know. P4? Oh, I think P4 is super mid. But he's got to be better than that guy. Okay. And then... Is this Pack Bowl? Or who's this guy? Pack Bowl? I've actually heard that Pack Bowl's like a pretty decent like IGL. He went -11 in their season, -11 in their stage. I'll put him in C, but I mean he's gonna be down here with this fucking random ass dude. Pasha went +16. I'm just gonna put him in B. I feel like right there in B is fine for now. I think Jim is probably better than Pasha, but not this last stage. I mean, come on. Renshiro, hot take. I don't know if it's a hot take. Renshiro is 100% a better player than Alims. I'm going to put him in C. Secret, I think this is Savage. Savage had a really good stage. So I think we got to put... I think I put him, honestly, like, here. Yeah, I think we do this. I'm probably going to adjust this a little bit. Shaiko. So from what I know, I don't think Shaiko had that good of a stage, right? Yeah, he went -2 in EUL, but then he went -18 LCQ. I mean, I'm going to put Shaiko S tier. That's me being nice. I think we put him there right now. Normally, I think he's here. Based off the stage he had, I think he's here. Shepard. I mean, I'm going to be real. Shepard did not have a good stage. He was -19, but he did have 15 plants. I feel like I'm going way too heavy on the S tiers right now, so I'm just going to put Shepard high A. But I think Shepard's a beast. I feel like I'm fine with that. Is this a fucking Wolves guy again, dude? So this has to be Shinka, right? Shinka's actually a pretty good clutcher. I think he's better than Bibu, probably. He's probably better than Nello. I'll probably put him here. Well, I'm gonna have to look at this because I'm gonna go through it and see who I like, because some of these people I don't actually think are better than people that are ranked behind them. If that makes sense. Is this Skitty too litty? We're just gonna get a general idea and then re-rank it. So we got Skitty too litty. What fucking team was Skitty on? Oh, he was on Heroic. He went -15. But then he went +4 in the qual. I think I gotta put him in D tier if I'm putting these other guys in D tier, but I think he's better than, well, I'd probably do that, to be honest. Slebin, sorry. I don't think Slebin's very good. Is that Solotov? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Solotov. I think I put Solotov there. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck? Is this Jegs or Teb? No, that's Teb, right? Teb. Teb went -3 in the season. And then he went +5 in the qual. He plays he plays Sledge, but he plants the bomb as well. I feel like if I just put him with his teammate here, that's fair. Well, maybe there. Okay. All right. I think that's Tyrant, right? Tyrant went +2. I think Tyrant's like a B player. Probably better than Nello. Probably better than that guy too. I'd probably put him there. I mean, probably better than those two guys, but Virtue. Probably something like that. Use this, I think, is really good. But where would I put him? What did Uses go last stage? Uses went +21, so I'd have to put him ahead of Solotov. Something like that. Jegs. Everybody says that Jegs is like insane. So I'm just gonna put him high B tier. And then this guy's just a fucking cartoon picture. Who the fuck is this guy? Why is he in? I mean, fucking... Well, nobody's worse than that guy. Alright. So now let's look at the list and just... I think Benja's the best. Dan, Alamau, Shiko. Yeah, I gotta change some things. I think that's probably fair. Well, yeah, I think we do Benja, Dan, Alamau, Shiko, Usis, and then A, Doki, Joystick, Shepherd. I'll probably do this. Okay. All right, let me look at these guys. So I've got Nello. Nello's going to be like the bottom of B for me. Tyrant. I can't have Shinka in B if I have Deepak in C. I think they're like similar. Pasha. I think right there. I'm not going to put this guy ahead of them. I don't even know who the fuck he is. We'll do that. He can sit next to Joom because they're both like, I don't know that much about them. I'll put Tyrant ahead of these guys because these are all major players, right? These are not major players and Nello. Okay, and then C. Deepak, Shinka, Aces, Blur, Nave, Bibu. Do I want to move anybody up? Like, I feel like Aces. Like, I feel like Leon maybe here, but I don't know if I mean, Leon won a major pretty recently. I think I'd rather have Aces than Shinka. Blur won SI. These guys can be next to each other. I think that's fair for the most part, right? Probably do this even. I might be overrating this guy a little bit. And then, I mean, I'll put Blaz at the top of D tier. I gotta put Skitty lower than them. What do we think? Is there anything that I'm just like way wrong on? Benja, Dan, Almal, Shaiko, Uzis, and S. Doki, Joystick, Likafax, Solotov, Shepard, Brid, always in A. Cryan, Virtue, Pasha, Mowgli, Tyrant, Jegs, Joom, Nello, and B. I actually probably do this, honestly. PIGLs, any support. All right. I think that's good. So the things that are cut, like the things that I was thinking about changing is Wolves make every major in EU. I know this last stage they had to come through like the LCQ, but I have their highest rated player in B and 4 players in C, but they make every major. So I don't know if that's necessarily correct or if they're just like really good as a team. Savage, I put here because he's coming off a stage where he went plus 23. Plus 3 on entry, and then in the LCQ, he did. Ooh, I didn't notice that. And LCQ, he actually did bad. He went negative 12. So I think we knock him. Also, I can't put. I think, okay, maybe we do that. Because I like to give credit to people who like make the majors or who have won shit. Like Leon won a major pretty recently. I think all the Wolves guys, besides this fucking guy, should probably be above like people who never did anything. And Kayak has accomplished some stuff, but obviously, I think he's like hit or miss a little bit. I think I'm gonna change this drastically, and I think all right, we're gonna. I changed my mind a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I think they're all mid. Everyone on secret mid. I've saved it 3 times now. That's what we're going with. There you go. Team secret mid.